right? Is it cold?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. All right. Is it cold? Right. When I see you,
Very comfortable.
P, right? I forgot your name. Monambika. A unique name. Hello, Mr. Juan. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Bhante.
Thank you.
There was a moment where I was not host yet, and
All
I
right.
couldn't respond. My apologies.
Oh, that's fine. Done. Did I give you this? All right. Okay. Who didn't get this one? All right. It's yours. Okay, everyone, please say it 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good evening to everyone. Dear Dhamma friends, before we start today's session, we are going to do the same wish. I sincerely wish, may this session also help you to develop at least little inner peace, little inner happiness within you. Right? With that precious wish, we are going to start today's session. So, dear meditators, we are practicing, the old students, they are practicing the second step of breathing meditation. But the new students, they were requested to practice the first step. So those are the 2 techniques that we are currently practicing. Let me describe the first step of breathing meditation for the benefit of newcomers. What you have to do is, please pay your entire attention to the breath which is coming in and going out, right? When the breath is coming in, please be fully aware, but don't go with the breath all the way in. Please stop your observation at the end of your nostrils. When the breath comes back, so wait until the breath comes back. When it comes back, it will touch the very same area, the ending point of your nostril. Starting from that point, start observing the breath. Then gradually, the breath will go out, and mindfully, please observe the outgoing breath. First, please give importance to the experience. Don't think that this is incoming breath or outgoing breath. Just try to focus on the experience. If it doesn't work, then you can use the words incoming breath and outgoing breath until you calm down, right? Then, so that's how, then if it is a long breath, or if it is short breath, if it is a gross breath, or if it is a soft breath, let it be so. Don't try to change it. Let it come as it is. Let it go as it is. Your job is just to observe. You only have to be a gatekeeper. That's it. Okay. Then after that, the students who are practicing the second step of breathing meditation. We started that last week. If you began your meditation practice since January, and if you could practice the meditation daily, then they can start practicing the second step of breathing meditation now. What you have to do is, please limit your area, so your observatory area, right? So earlier you observing the breath all the way up to the end of your nostrils. But now, please limit your observation to the big triangular area, which is above the upper lip, right? Which ends with your nose, right? So within this area, so don't go in, just observe the touch of the breath within this particular area. When the breath comes in, please be aware that right now the breath is coming in, right? Then try to feel the touch. It's a very sharp experience. Abhi. It's a very sharp experience. But still, so try your best, right? And then after that, when the breath is going out, at that time, please do the same, right? So that will be a critical point, because for certain people, it is hard to feel the touch of the breath. So when it is going out, when it is coming in, they can. But when it is going out, so it's somewhat hard for certain people to feel the touch of the breath, because it is very, very subtle. At that moment, what you should do is give your entire patience, give your entire attention, right? Give your entire focus and work diligently. But don't mix craving. So don't think here we are here to practice a path which is totally to come out of all the craving, right? We are not here to develop craving. So don't try to force yourself and think, okay, somehow I want to feel the touch of breath here. No, right? Don't do like that. Maintain the balance while maintaining the balance of your mind, right? So think, neither I want this or don't want this, right? In the middle, right? Think like that, and maintaining that balance of mind, give your entire patience, entire focus, so entire calmness, so entire sensitivity to feel it. If you feel it, so let it be so. If you don't feel it, let it be so. Just keep on observing. Then there'll be a time that your sensitivity grows to a level, your calmness grows to a level, your focus, your attention grows to a level where you can feel the touch of breath on touch of the breath, touch of the outgoing breath, right? Okay. So please give you everything and keep on observing. That's what you have to do. Okay. And then gradually you will develop confidence too. And little by little, all those qualities will start to get sharpened. So, right, then please practice like that. Then every day before we begin the silent, and I also want to remember, hope all of you began the mindfulness habit. So starting from the last week, I requested the old students to start a mindfulness habit, right? Did you start one? If you started one, please hands up. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask what that is. Right? Okay, please keep raising your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, only 3 students? Oh, right. Okay, that's fine. So that week is gone. You can start it from this week, right? So if you couldn't come last week, I want to remind. So pick one daily activity, one activity that you do daily. Right? I'm not going to go into details because I already described it in the last week. So then if you want to go to the same description and have a longer description about this, then you have to go to my YouTube channel. I have promoted it. And then you can watch the last week video. So the video, the introductory video, before we had the silent meditation session, right? So then, so pick these kinds of activities. So brushing, the time that you brush your teeth, you can pick that time. Or the time that you eat your meal, right? Let it be the breakfast, let it be the lunchtime, or let it be the dinner, right? Or during the time, the time that you take a bath, right? Or if you do gardening daily, so that activity. Or whatever the activity, it should be an activity that you do daily, right? And let it be driving too. So pick that activity and start from the starting point of that activity to the ending point of that activity. Try to maintain awareness all the way, right? So whenever you are moving your body, right? So please focus on that. Whatever the feelings that you feel, please focus on that, right? Keep on observing. So all those things with awareness, right? So please do all those things with awareness, mindfulness, right? Unfortunately, I won't be able to raise check in the next week. I'm going to Sri Lanka. Yeah. So even though I conduct it online, I won't be able to see your hands because I will conduct it over the phone. So, but for sure, when I come back on April, I will check, right? So please start the mindfulness meditation practice starting from this week, okay? That's for your own benefit. Because so this sitting, whatever the concentration that we develop by sitting, we have to transform it into your daily life so that you can have a better life outside this hole, outside your meditation posture, right? That's the main purpose. Therefore, please start transforming whatever the awareness, whatever the mindfulness that you develop within into your day-to-day activities, right? Later on, you can prolong it. First, you can start it with one activity that you do. And then you can, when you are good with that, then you can pick another one. Like that, you can come out of your autopilot system. If not, you'll be an autopilot throughout your life, right? Okay. So we are not here to be a slave of our mind, right? We are here to be the master of our minds. Okay. So please start it. Before we begin the silent meditation session, during these days, I teach you something to apply into your life, right? So certain qualities that we need to apply into your life and relationships, so that you can have a good outside background, outside peaceful background. When you could create such kind of background outside, then later on, you will be able to transform that very peace into your own meditation, right? That's why I teach these so small things. So I hope all of you have books, right? Mrs. Michelle, you don't have one, right? We do. Can you ask can you take one book and pen and give it to Mrs. Michelle? Right, over there. Right, yes. Right, please write these things down. I already taught you about the responsibilities of a husband towards wife and wife towards husband. Hope the husbands and wives are fulfilling those duties. Right. Then I taught you about the responsibilities of a child, of parents towards the children and children towards the parents. Hope all of you do that. Right. Then after that, today I'm going to teach you about the responsibilities of a friend towards a friend. Okay. So please write these things down. Please be quick too. First duty of a friend towards a friend is first duty is being generous. Right? We have to be generous towards our own. If we really consider certain people as our friends, we have to be generous towards them. Not only materially, we have to be generous towards them with our thoughts too. Not only we share our money and so volunteer help with them, but also we have to share our loving kindness, compassion, then sympathetic joy and equanimity with them. Right? That's the way of practicing generosity towards your friends, right? Second one is speaking nice words. That's also an important one, right? If you want to maintain the bond for a long period of time, better to use nice words, enchanting, consoling, nice words, calming nice words. So you have to share such kind of words with your friend. That is the second duty of a friend towards the other friend. Right? Then third one is helping to develop mentally and materially. Not only you help them to develop materially, we have to help them to develop spiritually too. Right? If you have helped your friends, friends to practice dharma, that's also a way of helping them spiritually. If you told them how to practice meditation, or so if you shared, if they are doing wrong actions in life, so if you told them to get over those things, let's suppose there is a friend who is addicted to drugs. As a good friend who wishes the well-being of your friend, you try your best so to help that person to come out of that drug addiction, right? Then there is a friend who is in confusion, in stress, right? You do something for the sake of your friend, for the name of your, for the sake of your friendship. You do something to help make that person ease, right? And make that person comfortable, and You do something to let that person's stress go. Not a wrong way. It always should be a good way, right? So by that way, if there is a friend who is not generous, you help that person to be generous, right? There is a person who speaks bad words, abusive words. You help that person to get rid of that and then to use nice words. There is a friend who is stealing, who practices sexual misconduct, who is lying. You help that person to come out of such kind of behavior patterns. Then you help those friends, you become a good friend, noble friend towards your friend, and you help that person to come out of that person's wrong habitual patterns, right? Then you let that person to develop, so spiritually as well as materially, right? Whatever the spiritual developments that you gain, it directly helps to develop materially too, right? So therefore, do that thing, do that duty towards your friends as a good friend. Fourth one is treating equally. It doesn't matter that friend doesn't have, that friend is poor. It doesn't matter that friend is not that much educated like you. It doesn't matter. There are so many ways of discriminating people. People discriminate each other. If you are a true friend, we always should should treat equally our friends. So we have to treat our friends with equality, and we should not discriminate them. If you have such kind of thought, then you have to understand you actually don't have a true friendship towards your friend. Right? That's number 4. Fifth one is not deceiving the friend. Right? If you deceive the friend, then in return you are not going to, because of such kind of bad karma, you are not going to gain good friends in life, right? So therefore, always be honest with your friends. Then share whatever things that you can with your friends, right? And don't deceive your friends whatever it happens, right? Don't stab from their back, right? So then that's the 5th duty of a friend towards a friend. If you fulfill these duties, the other friends will help you by following 5 kinds of actions. First one is those friends will protect you when you are vulnerable. If you need help, if you are in distress, if you are in danger, without 2 thoughts, they'll come at your rescue. They'll be there, whatever it happens, because they know you are a precious person for their life. You are a true friend. They cannot let you go. They cannot let you down. They'll come. Second one is they'll protect your wealth, right? In whichever the way that they can help you to grow your wealth, they'll come and help you, right? Third one is, so they'll become a refuge when you are afraid. When you are afraid, when you are scared in life, they'll tell you, we are with you, whatever it happens. So wherever you go, whatever you do, we'll be there. Don't worry, keep on going, right? They'll say so. If you are a true friend, right, towards your friends. And fourth thing is, they won't abandon you in misfortune. Fake friends, they will always abandon you when you are in misfortune. When you are in good times, fake friends will flock around you, right? They'll come to you. Sometimes they'll attend all your parties, right? And do all kinds of things with you. But whenever you are in misfortune, fake friends will run away. But the good friends are not. If you really treat your friends as a true friend, then they won't abandon you in misfortune. That's number fourth kind of benefit that you will gain by being a true friend. And fifth one is they'll show the consideration towards your family, right? They'll show consideration towards your family, not only towards you, because since they know that you will be happy and comfortable if your family members are safe, healthy, and comfortable, right? Therefore, they'll concern about your family, and they'll do whatever they can do to make your family safe, happy, and comfortable, right? If you want those kinds of friends around you, then please fulfill the 5 duties of a good friend. As a good meditator, please fulfill the 5 duties of a true friend towards your friends. Okay? These are the advices from the Buddha. Buddha taught this in, do you know the sutta's name? Singalovada Sutta. Advices to the young man called Singala. Okay. I hope you practice that, and it will help your spiritual path so consistently. Okay. Now, everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm, and let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. First, I will pay our sincere respect and gratitude towards the Buddha by reciting 3 short stanzas, and after that, let's start today's silent meditation. Everyone, please calm down and concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sungato lokamino anuttaro purisa dhammasarati sata deva manusanang buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangnitingo akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko pachatang veditammo viññohiti. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Unyumanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Ate purisa puggalam Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Nakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a very patient, peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are an old student who began your practice since January, please practice. Please begin to practice the second step of breathing meditation. If you are a newcomer, please keep practicing the first step of breathing meditation. Whatever the technique that you are going to practice, regardless, I sincerely wish may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Right now. Now, if your legs are paining, please, you can, the newcomers, the new students, they can change their legs. Right? If you joined starting from January, so you can change your legs and change your posture. But please keep the eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Loving kindness meditation in brief. Relax yourself. Just let's share our loving kindness with yourself. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Please think, may my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the neutral people. Please think, neutral people are the people who are in the middle, who don't belong to the category of friends as well as enemies. They are in the middle. Please think. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our enemies. We had always think and comprehend that we all have negativities. We are not perfect. There are so many people in the world, beings in the world, who are suffering because of their negativities. Sometimes in life, certain people don't get the ability to control their negativities. Therefore, certain people might have done certain harmful activities towards you. But as meditators, you are coming out of such kind of negativities. Thinking about your fortune, you have to be pitiful and forgiving towards such kind of ignorant people. Then, forgiving them, please spread your loving kindness towards your enemy. At the same time, ask forgiveness for all kinds of harmful and hurtful actions that you did towards them. And then, please spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Please think. May my enemies be well. May my enemies be happy. May my enemies be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all the enemies, all the enemies, all the enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Not only human beings, let's think about animals, birds, fish, and all kinds of beings that you can see or cannot see, all kinds of beings. Let's share our loving kindness with them. Please think. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Towards all the beings in the world. Bhavattu Sambe Mangalam Rakantu Sampetimata Samme Buddhanubhavine Samme Dhammanubhavine Samme Sanghanubhavine Sada Sutti Bhavantuti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Now, please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a very good session. Sometimes, so maybe because of certain tirednesses or such kind of things, or sometimes you feel calm, you start feeling calmness, but at the same time, the mind gets it wrong as a time to have some night relaxation. That means, so I mean, the breathing meditation, I'm talking about the time that breathing meditation shift to a sleeping meditation. So please be very careful, right? So I taught you a certain ways to avoid that, right? One way is keeping the back straight. So throughout the meditation time, we have to keep our back straight. And whenever you maintain, whenever you maintain that awareness, you gain the ability to avoid such kind of distractions. So falling asleep or feeling lazy, right? Then there are so many things that I taught during the third. When I was talking about sloth and torpor, that means 2 weeks ago. I already taught so many techniques, so please use them. Imagine light, right? It's okay if you are feeling so tired, or if you are feeling so lazy. At that time, you can open your eyes and look at all these bulbs and their light, right? That will also help you to come out of it. And then I taught you several things, but while you are sitting inside the hall, you can use those things, right? You can relax your legs for some time, and then you can redo your posture and start again, right? So please do such kind of things, because I heard 2-3 meditators shifting their breathing meditation into sleeping meditation. Okay. So that's fine. Even I am not, ashamed to admit that when I was young, I had such kind of experiences too. I overcame them, right? Um, this is not the time to talk about those things, right? Then so my experiences, so you have to practice ardently, right? So using those techniques, aids that I taught you. So please maintain the awareness. So maintain the awakened mind, right? And then keep on practicing very, very ardently. You can sleep at any time, but meditating time doesn't come very often. It's a very precious time. This is a time that you need to invest for your own development. So please practice very, very ardently, very diligently. Right. So it is the time now. It is your break time. So you have 3 minutes. If you want to drink water or go to the bathroom, you have 3 minutes. Then after that, please come back. I'm going to give you the last teaching before I go to Sri Lanka, right? In-person teaching before I go to Sri Lanka. Okay. Today we are going to talk about doubt. Take your break. Right. Everyone, please say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, we have been discussing about the 5 enemies of meditation throughout these 5 weeks. And you already learned about how to fight with 4 enemies. Can you remember the first enemy, Ms. Tripti? First one? Right, okay. Buddhi, the first one is? Yes. Yes, addiction to sensual pleasure. Then number 2, Mr. Tim? Aversion. Very nice. And then, so number 3, Kasun, can you remember? What is it?
Restlessness.
Restlessness. That's number 4. Shaki? Tinamidda, or in English, yeah, laziness. Very nice. Then, so we learned about Kasun already answered for the 4th one. Mrs. Jin, what is it? wandering nature of the mind, right? So, or restlessness. Then we learned about all those four, and we learned how to encounter, how to counteract with them, right? So today we are going to learn about the fifth enemy of meditation. Fifth enemy of meditation. In Pali, it is called as vichikiccha. Vichikiccha. Vichikiccha means doubt, doubt, endless doubt. Okay, baseless and endless doubt. Okay. Then you can write down that as topic, right? And in Buddhist teaching, doubt is not considered as a sin, right? Certain people think in certain religious traditions, so they are not encouraged to doubt, right? Whatever things, the higher powers told them, you have to accept them as they are. You are not supposed to question. But Buddha always appreciated doubt, but not baseless doubt, but intellectual, sensible doubting is always appreciated. Let me give you one example. So during the Buddhist time in India, so there was a village called Kalama village at the border of Magadha kingdom and Kosala kingdom. Magadha and Kosala kingdoms were the biggest kingdoms at that time in India. Right? There were 16 kingdoms. Among them, Magadha and Kosala were the biggest ones. Right? Kosala kingdom, both of them situated in the northern India. Right? Then Kala, those days they didn't have visas, right? So they didn't have visas. So the Kalama tribe, right? So when I was thinking, so during the meditation time, so I thought about this visas, and then I just remembered I also didn't get. I am not a Sri Lankan citizen now. I also have to obtain the Sri Lankan visa tonight because I forgot to obtain that, right? So we have to have visa. I mean. Nowadays to go from a country to another country, but those days there was no such kind of system, right? Therefore, um, the Kalamas had to be responsible about being vigilant, right? To keep an eye on the people who travel from Kosala side to the from Kosala kingdom to the Magadha kingdom and Magadha kingdom to the Kosala kingdom. Right? So they were in charge of that, and they were also responsible for facilitating people, right? The travelers, right? They had big halls, so inside those halls, people could sleep and spend the night and go. And they kept huge water pots for the people to drink, like that. So they had to provide such kind of services. And so when they were providing service to such kind of people, they met various kinds of religious teachers too, right? Uh, so, for an example, one religious teacher comes, and that religious teacher talks about that person's God, right? The God that person believes in, and that person says, "My God is the greatest God in the world, and you have to believe in that God. It is omniscient and almighty, and there is no God which is comparable to my God." And then that person gives a teaching and goes. Then another teacher comes, who believes in another god. When the Kalamas get together, that person says, so my god is the greatest god. The other, all our kinds of other gods are fake, right? So believe in my god. My god is the only almighty, omniscient god in the world. Then a third person comes and talks about that person's own god. That person says, my god is the greatest god. It has more powers than all kinds of other gods. So then the people, Kalamas asked them, how about the other two teachers? Were they wrong? Then this teacher says, both of them were fake and wrong. My one is the greatest. My one is the most powerful, most omniscient God in the world. Then so many such kind of religious teachers came and went. Crossed the border, border of Kalamas. And finally, the Kalamas were doubtful in believing any of those gods. Then you can say that Kalamas became atheists. Right? All the Kalamas became atheists. And then at the same time, in India, so many people had their own belief systems, right? So the Kalamas felt guilty about not following anything, right? Then they heard that there is someone called the Buddha, who is very, who is enlightened and who is very knowledgeable, then who is very wise. Then they thought, if Buddha comes to this border, then we'll talk to him and then inquire about this, right? Because they felt guilty about doubting. Once Buddha had to cross this particular area too. Then when Buddha went, the Kalamas came to meet the Buddha. In the evening, they flocked around the Buddha, and then they asked the Buddha, "Oh Buddha, can we ask a question?" Then Buddha said, "Oh, for sure, I'm here to help you, right? So you can ask anything." Then Kalamas talked about their experiences with various kinds of religious teachers, and then they asked whether they were wrong in doubting, and then whether it is sinful to doubt. And at that time, the Buddha said, Kalamas, don't think like that. So you doubted in a thing where anybody should doubt, right? So therefore, nobody can say that you did the wrong thing, right? So then Buddha started teaching. Buddha said, we should not believe just because of the mere fact that this is a teaching this is a belief, this is a teaching which comes for generations, right? We should not believe because our parents said so. We should not believe something just because of the mere fact that it is the belief of our ancestors, right? So we should not believe anything at once just because of the mere fact that it looks like logical for me, right? Your opinion may be wrong, right? And you should not believe anything because of the fact that the person who says it is a very famous person, right? You should not believe anything because of the mere fact that this comes in a sacred text, right? So because of such kind of things, we should not believe at once, right? The wise people always have to think twice, right? Then after that, Kalamas asked, then how to find a good teaching? Then Buddha said, if if someone teaches a teaching which helps you to come out of craving. So first Buddha asked, is craving harmful? Then all of them said, craving is harmful. Then Buddha said, if someone teaches you a method, a way to come out of craving, that's a good teaching, right? Follow it and practice it and come out of craving. If someone teaches uh, some kind of teaching to come out of aversion, anger, hatred, fear, such kind of negativities, aversion. And then if someone teaches a way to come out of ignorance, right? Those are good teachings. And listen to them and then come out of those negativities. If someone teaches the Eight Noble Path, right? Then, so that's a good teaching. So practicing it, please come out of all your sufferings. Hearing that, Kalamas was so happy and they promised to practice those teachings, what Buddha taught, right? And they started practicing the teachings of the Buddha, right? And then in Vimansaka, there is another sutta called Vimansaka Sutta. In that sutta, Buddha talks to Bhantes and nuns. Buddha says, "Oh monks and nuns, so if you feel doubtful at any teaching that I teach, don't think that it's wrong to doubt. You can doubt. But you should not stop just by doubting, right? So then you have to start investigation, right? Through your own experience and through using the intellectual wisdom, we have to investigate and investigate to come out of the doubts that you have already developed, right? Seeking for the truth. So you have to investigate, right? That's another teaching of the Buddha. So doubting is not wrong, right? But there are two kinds of doubts in the world. So first one is wholesome doubt. Then second one is unwholesome doubt, right? First, let's know about so unwholesome doubt. So if you want, you can write these things down, right? So unwholesome doubt means so doubt about the technique, a Buddha or the Dharma, right, or the Sangha, right? So that's one doubt. So if you have the doubt about this meditation technique, then you won't get enough motivation to practice this. So you have to investigate and come out of it, right? Then, so if you have a doubt about the Buddha is the teacher, right? Then again, you won't get motivation to practice. Right? Buddha, so you can see this Dharma is so very truthful. How it happened? Because Buddha actually became enlightened, right? All this Dharma that I teach, so its credit should go to the Buddha, right? Bhante Chandima doesn't have any credit, right? I also teach what I learned from the Buddha, right? Then, thinking so, you have to get rid of your doubts about the Buddha and Dharma. Dharma is universal. For an example, impermanence is universal, right? Suffering is universal. Then after that, so this noble path and the teachings in that, so all those things are very non-sectarian and universal, right? Then thinking about them in that way, we have to come out of those doubts, right? Because if you have doubt, then you won't get enough motivation, right? Then second kind of unwholesome doubt is doubting yourself, right? So there are certain students, they come for 1 week, sometimes they come for one time and then they sit for meditation. But since they were born with the characteristic of chattering, right? So there are 6 kinds of characters in the world. I'm not going to describe all of them, but there are certain people. So who are born with the six kind of character, right? So there are characters with lust, right? Characters with aversion, right? Characters with ignorance. So like that, characters with intelligence, devotion, and certain people have a lot of thoughts. Right? When they sit, it's very hard. The first day is very hard for them, right? Because they cannot stop thoughts. Right? They can do it, but they have to practice for a particular period of time. Then what happens is, they I can so I have experienced this. That at the end of the meditation, they say, but they are honest, right? But somehow they are honest. They say, "Oh, Bhante, I'm not going to come in the next week." Then I ask why. Throughout throughout the meditation session, I couldn't concentrate my mind even for a bit. This meditation is not for me, so I'm not going to come in the next week, right? So sometimes I get the ability, to persuade them. If they are bad karmas are very strong, so they won't come. Can't help. But somehow we have to understand. Then, so when you doubt about you, so all the Buddhas and all the enlightened beings, they started from just like you, and then gradually developing their patience, developing their determination, developing their courage. They kept on working consistently, so to come out of all the suffering and negativities. Right? We can do the same. Right? We have the same ability. Right? So we have a good, healthy mind, healthy body. Right? Why don't we? Right? Therefore, very ardently, let's keep on practicing. Right? Okay. That's the second unwholesome doubt. So you have to think about the other people who could do that. Right? There were so many meditators who had uh, who came from very difficult conditions, but they worked hard and came out of their difficulties, and finally they could develop a very calm mind. Right? They could nurture a very calm mind, very peaceful mind. So then that's the second unwholesome doubt. Third one is endless intellectual question. Intellectual questioning is good, but if you keep on developing so many intellectual questions, so you won't, so many questions, then so you won't be able to practice too, right? Then that means over doubting without practicing, which leads to endless confusion rather than wisdom. Right? That's how it is described in commentaries. Right? Then let me teach you a small story. This is a story from India. Uh, so two boys were friends long time ago, and one boy was unfortunately birth blind. You know, birth blind, right? He was blind by birth, and they were street children, so they lived by begging food from the other people, and they had a pact. They had a promise that they made together. Whenever they get something, so they promise each other to share it with each other. One day, the birth blind boy, he was sick. So the other boy, he went to collect fruit from people. He went to one home, one kind lady. She had some pudding with her. Uh, being compassionate, she shared some pudding with him. The boy didn't have a container and he couldn't refuse the pudding. So he enjoyed the pudding and gave back the container. And after that, he went to that the other boy who was birth blind. Then he went to that birth blind boy and he didn't hide it. He asked forgiveness for breaking their promise. So he said, I broke it because I didn't have any vessel to take pudding for you. But it was very delicious. I couldn't refuse. Then that blind child, he was nice too. He forgave his friend, but he was curious about pudding. He asked, "Can you please describe?" That's fine, but I am curious about the factor. What is pudding? I want to know how the pudding is. Then that young boy said, "Pudding is white. Pudding is white." Then that boy asked, "White? What is white?" "Oh, right. You are birth blind. How can you know white?" Then white means, it is just like it is the color of the crane. It is the color of the crane. Color of the crane. So I don't know the crane. How is the crane? Then he bended his hand like this and asked that blind boy to touch it. He touched the hand and said, "Oh, I am glad that you didn't bring the pudding for me. If you have brought pudding, so while eating, it would have stuck inside my my neck, and I would have died. So don't worry about that." So that is like this, right? So when you go into endless doubting, finally you ended up with a very confused status, right? Therefore, we have recognized we are to doubt and we are not to doubt, right? There are certain things that you have to keep aside, and there are certain things that you have to really investigate. Then next one is wholesome doubt. You can write it down. Wholesome doubt means a healthy questioning attitude to prevent blind belief. That's number one. Okay. Second one is a willingness to investigate teaching rather than accept them at face value. Just someone, instead of just listening and believing something somebody says, so you want to go deeper, right? Third one is a spark that drives a person to test the dharma with their own experience, right? So this is the wholesome doubt, right? It's a wholesome doubt. And in wholesome doubt, so what you do is, instead of accepting something at once, at the same time, instead of refusing something at once, right? You go for you try to understand it with a balanced mind, right? Using your wisdom, right? So that's what you do. So in this one, right? Then, for an example, let me teach you about Bhante Malinki story. Once Buddha taught about the galaxies, super galaxies, and cluster of super galaxies. Right? In Pali, Sahasi Lokadhat, Disahasi Lokadhat, and Tisahasi Lokadhat. Bhante Malinki Buddha got to know about it, and then he was a curious Bhante about all these world systems. He went to the Buddha and asked the Buddha to describe it more. But Buddha knew Bhante Malinki Buddha is not interested in practice. Therefore, the Buddha asked Bhante Malinki Buddha. Buddha told Bhante Malinki Buddha that he is not going to teach it to Bhante Malinki Buddha. Then he was frustrated. He requested again. And then Buddha refused again, and he requested for the third time. His request was refused for the third time. Then finally, Bhante Malinki Buddha threatened that he'll destroy if Buddha won't teach. And then Buddha said, Bhante Malingiputta, when you became monk, did I promise you to teach about all these galaxies, super galaxies, or clusters of super galaxies? Then Bhante Malingiputta said, no. Did I teach you, did I promise to teach you how to come out of your negativities and develop positivities and attain enlightenment? Then Bhante Malingiputta said, yes. Then Buddha said, so I will abide by my promise. So if you want, so it is you who took the decision to come. It is who will take the decision to go, right? But I won't teach you about those things. If you really want to know about the world, observe this whole body from top to bottom and bottom to top. And then you will see the actual world with it, right? Then you have to understand there'll be multiple doubts, but you have to be clever enough to let go of the unnecessary doubts, and then so recognizing what are the things that you need to really doubt, right? Then keep on investigating, and even in the dharma, there may be certain things that you won't believe. For an example, so in dharma, so when we talk about jhanas, so especially I will teach about these things on May and so June, around that time, when I teach about the Eight Noble Path, right? During that time, right? Oh, beyond that, right? Then, so when it comes to jhanas, people talk about telepathy, right? Knowing about the other people's thoughts. And so seeing things which are happening far away, ability to think about the past lives. At once, since you don't have that ability, you will think, oh, it's fake, that's the lie. That's because you are, five enemies of meditation are so high. But whenever you start going deeper and deeper and deeper, and when you are, so concentration becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, you realize, you gain a glimpse that these are not fake, these are actual factors. You realize it or by your experience, right? So sometimes certain things are like that. So you become doubtful, but through your own experience, you realize certain things are actually there, right? Then, so you have to practice. Then finally, I'll teach you a process according to Buddha, how to come out of doubt. Okay, please write them down as topics. I won't so go into a longer description because we don't have a lot of time. First one is, so you begin questioning. That is the first stage. First one, questioning. And then, so you have to question the question, right? So that's how, in multiple ways, so you have to question those questions. And then you can figure out whether this is a necessary one to doubt or unnecessary one to doubt. And then even again, generating, relevant questions, right? So in investigating through those relevant questions, you will be able to come out of that doubt. Okay. Then second one is then studying the dharma. When you study dharma more and more, right? By that way too, you can come out of your doubts. And then to come out, third thing that you need to develop is discipline, right? Third one. So if you don't have the discipline, again, you cannot come out of doubts, right? So, so we have to use discipline. So while when we are conducting a process to come out of a doubt. Fourth one is confidence. So confidence on the truth. Confidence about your own wisdom, right? Your own ability to comprehend things, right? So you have to believe that you are capable in understanding this. Fifth one is associating noble friends, right? You don't know everything. So therefore, there are, except in the fact that there are more wiser people in the world, we had to associate noble friends, and we had discussed with them properly, properly to come out of those doubts, right? And then sixth one is, so talking relevantly. Whenever you discuss about a doubt, we have talk relevant things. Even though you meet a wise person, but still if you talk about, so finally, even though you meet real capable person, if you don't, if you keep aside, right? If you keep aside the factor that you need to discuss, and if you talk about various kinds of other factors in the world which are happening, like politics and cinema stuff and songs and such kind of things, then you won't be able to come out of your doubt, right? So therefore, relevant talking is also important, right? Raising relevant questions, focusing to come out of doubt, you have to talk relevantly, right? That's number 6. Following these 6 methods, we can come out of the doubts, right? And all the doubts will get cleared whenever you practice. Little by little, when you grow in practice, so all kinds of doubts will get dispelled little by little. And just like the sky becomes clear by avoiding the clouds, right? When the clouds are dispersed, finally your mind will be a very clear mind with peace, happiness, and universal truth. Okay, right. Now everyone please think. Together all of us gathered here, paid respect to the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and practice this noble, non-sectarian, pure meditation technique. And by all those means, we accumulated a lot of positive energy. Sorry for taking 15 minutes more. Okay. Then, by the power of all that positive energy, everyone please think, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to develop in this noble meditation practice. And coming out of all negativities, developing all positivities, may all of us attain real peace, Nibbana. Everyone please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana sinise nichang vata pachaino Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvangno sukhang balang Ayurarogya sampatti Sagga sampatti me vacha Ato nibbana sampatti Iminate samijjito. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone. So that is this is the last time then we meet in person before, and starting from next week we'll meet online. And at the same time, please keep in mind that on the 3rd week, right? On the 3rd week of March, I will join online on the 19th, not on the 20th, because I will go on a trip with my family members. So I won't be able to do it on the Friday here, right? So according here, the time here. So therefore, I will conduct it on the Thursday night, right? Thursday night is the 19th, okay? Right. Okay, take care and keep on practicing. See you online throughout March. Good night. Take care. Sukhi. Right. Good night, Mr. Elliot.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so
Good night.
much.
Good night, Mr. Huad.
Good night, Bante, and have safe travels. May you be well, and I hope you get your visa taken care of right away.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Then
You bet.
see you.
Good night.
See you online.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good you. Good night. Say hi to Mrs. Rita to Mr. Juan.
I will let her know tomorrow. I'll send
Yeah.
your regards.
Yeah. Me.
Good night.